The only thing more difficult than learning two whole positions on guitar is trying to use any of Facebook's creator tools. But today we're going to make it really easy. So we're going to do all the stuff in the key of C, and we're going to go over two entire positions. What do I even mean by positions? I remember people talking about that when I first started, be like, position 1, position 5. It's like sometimes we think of pentatonic positions, other times we think of like just playing positions. I'm basically talking about mastering the first 4 frets, 0 open to 3, and then taking everything that you know and then moving it and mastering basically everything in the middle of the guitar. So stay tuned for this lesson. This is going to be a lot of cool information in this lesson that you might want to learn no matter whether you're playing acoustic, electric, solo, rhythm, everything. This is going to be in the key of C. Okay, so we need to know the 7 chords that are in the key of C. Alright, so we're just really going to quickly run through them in this kind of open chord position first, and then we're going to move everything. Then we're going to start solo, we're going to start shredding, we're going to do everything. Okay, so we got C major, the chord is triad. All these are going to be 3-note chords, otherwise known as triads. Alright, 7 notes in the key, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then C again is an octave. Any of these single notes become chords. Alright, so we've got C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B, half diminished, back to C. Okay? So, this is the first thing that you need to know. I'll run through them quick, but if you want to learn more about it, go to my Patreon. But the main point is being able to take any one of those 7 chords and then be able to play them in a different position on the guitar, in a position where you know the notes that are going to be helpful. Okay? I think the easiest way to really equate all this stuff that you just learned with those chords, which I'll run through again one at a time, into this stuff is to really see the relative minor shape. Okay? What I mean by that is A minor is relative minor of C. You don't even have to remember that. Just remember that the easiest way to find those notes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, is going to be this shape right here, which is a beefed up version of A minor pentatonic, okay? So we're going to run through these really quickly. A minor pentatonic, you probably already know. It's 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. Super helpful just to add 2 notes to the pentatonic scale to get the full major minor scale. 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 9, 5, 7, 5, 6, 8, 5, 7, 8. Okay, so practice those backward and forward because we're gonna use all those chords that we started with, but we're gonna make them from notes in this position that you can kind of slide to, okay? So just practice this for just a minute while I tell you about the sponsor of the video today. It's DistroKid, my favorite way to get music online. Honestly, the only way to get your music online. So you're gonna be making like a lot of fire different songs from the stuff that we're gonna be doing today. So you need to get it online to have the people hear it, right? DistroKid, I think, is dollar for dollar the best value on the internet. You can upload unlimited amounts of songs, and you really have to do that nowadays because if you're going to hit like those algorithms like Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, all that stuff, you have to consistently upload, which is something that I found. It's just like any other algorithm, like they're looking for consistent uploads. So you have to kind of be prolific with what you're recording, even if it's instrumentals or just cool, songs, singer-songwriter, bigger productions, all that kind of stuff. The great thing about DistroKid now is they have a mastering service that you can kind of build into it called Mixia. And I've always found mastering to be something that really slows me down. So now that they're using all these cool like AI tools for like music and stuff, aside from the ones that are going to take all our jobs eventually, the cool stuff is that you can upload a track and it'll master it. You can kind of give it little advice to tweak it what kind of sound that you want, and then it does it. You get a track for free, and then for $99 a year, you can do unlimited mastered tracks, which if you just hire just like some bro to master your tracks, it's going to be at least that's just for one track. So check out DistroKid if you haven't already. You probably should. If you watch me, you know that DistroKid is like the best service on earth. But now that they have the mixing and mastering service kind of baked into the program, along with all the pitching and all the other stuff, cool stuff that you could do, it's really the best value on the internet, and it's definitely a must-have for anybody. I know super successful, like high-level musicians that make good money, they use DistroKid just like, the people who are just having fun and getting their stuff up on the internet use DistroKid. So it's a great service. Everybody can use it. Affiliate link in the description. Check it out. All right? So we're going to go through all those chords, 7 different chords, one at a time. C major, ring finger 3rd fret on the A string, middle finger 2nd fret on the D string, open G, first finger on the first fret, B string, open E. Okay, the beautiful thing about this key, one of the reasons why it is one of the most popular keys and the easiest one, aside from there not being any sharps or flats in this key, is all the open strings can help us out. Alright, it's never going to sound bad if you hit an open string and add it to any of these chords. Sometimes it might sound kind of like like even if you have like a big E in that C chord, it doesn't sound bad, but it might not be what you're going for. But it's really helpful that you can always hit those open strings. So this is just a combination of a C, an E, and a G. There's an easier way to do this, or just as easy, by doing an A major shape. Right, there's A major, 2nd fret, just on the 5th fret. Okay, so this is going to be our C major to another C major. Okay, so this is going to be our first foray into these higher frets, and you can see that this comes from those scale shapes that we did before. So if you're just kind of vamping on a C chord, you can start adding all those cool little minor pentatonic or just minor scale licks that you have into this chord. C. Okay, so just something that you could do right there off the bat. But every cool song has more than just one chord in a progression, so let's go to the 2 chord in the key of C, D minor. Open D, 2 on the G string, 3 on the B string, 1 on the high E string. Okay, so there's a traditional open D minor. Now, a lot of people might get used to this version of a D minor, like this, where it's 5A, 7D, 7G, 6B, 5 on the high E string. But we're actually going to make it a little easier, and we're just going to do this right here. An A minor shape, but pointer finger 6th fret on the B string, ring finger 7th fret on the G string, middle finger 7th fret on the D string. Okay, so now again, this is a D minor chord. If we get the open strings, it's not a big deal because A is a note in there. If you get that E, it just makes it that much more mysterious. It's like we're adding like a 9 or something. Okay, so we could go D. See, that's a really great way for just to train your hand to get over there that quick. And again, you can start adding notes around it. Continuing on, E minor is the 3 chord in the key of C. Open 2-2, open, open, open. A really cool E minor thing that I like to do is this right here, where it's open E, 7A, 5D, 7G. So you'll notice we're just basically playing all the chords in the key of C, but just using frets 5, 6, and 7. That would be a good way to summarize this lesson. Probably should have started that at the beginning, but but here we are. We're too far into it. You already signed up for DistroKid. Now we got this cool A minor chord. Again, you can also get the B string open here because that's in the chord, and your pinky on the G string is technically a D note. So this actually does make it a minor 7 chord, but I think it sounds better, right? Especially when you kind of hammer home on that low E. So that's our E minor spot in both positions. F major, my favorite chord in the key of C. I always play it as an F major 7 anyway. But this is going to take us to what I think is like one of the most underrated chord shapes in all of music right here. So, not this one, even though it's a great one. Ring finger 3A, pinky 3D, middle finger 2G, pointer finger 1B. So the F that we can do here is actually going to start out as just a regular triad D that you've probably seen before. So now I've got my D major shape, but my ring finger's on the 6th fret of the B string. That's how I usually kind of track this. My middle finger's 5th fret on the high E string, and my pointer finger is the 5th fret on the G string, right? So 5, 6, 5, F major. Now if we add your pinky to 7 on the D string, I feel like that gives it a really cool fullness because we're adding like another A here. In fact, you could go A, or you could go A, and have like a super inversion. But I really kind of like just the bottom 4 strings here as a movable shape, right? This would be F, G, A. Really cool, underrated chord shape for moving around the neck. Now, we're not going to use this for the G, but I want to do this in combination with the G because there's a really good one. So anyways, G major is back here, right? 3, E, 2, A, open, 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 or 3 on the B string. Now, in this key, G7 is the extended chord. I never really liked this G7 having the F on top up here. I always kind of preferred this one right here. This is a really good one, okay? So this is the 5th fret. Your root note is the G on the D string, right? Pointer finger. And then it's going to go 5, 7, 6, 7. So this is a G7 right here. Now, if you think about where that dominant 7 is, you can see it from that D shape, but we're really just getting another root note on there. So, really cool 5 chord in this key. And what's great about this too is that F chord is really kind of hidden right there. See how if I do this and then I just lift up my ring finger and my pinky, there's that triad, that F major, and then you could just move your ring finger down a string, and then you have F, right? So G7, pinky off ring finger up a string, F major, and then both your middle finger and your ring finger off, C major. Okay, so 5, 4, 1. 5, 4, 1. Great exercise to do, just like that. Great way to kind of just spice up something in a different position. This is actually the chord progression, I guess if you want to call it, that really inspired me to do this whole lesson, because it really is just a very close movement. Those really fine movements from your fingers. It is not that difficult to do. Alright, so here, let's focus on this real quick. So it's 5, 7, 6, 7. Pinky off, ring finger up. 7, 5, 6, 5. Then everything off but your pointer finger. 5, 5, 5. If you want to get that high C, put your pinky on the 8th fret. And then all those minor pentatonic notes or minor scale notes, major scale notes, are really going to help you out. Okay, so that's the 5 chord. Next one's going to be A minor, open A, 2 D, 2 G, 1 B, open E. Now, there's a lot of different cool ways that we could do A minor. I think the easiest way is probably just take the 5th fret all the way down, the highest 3 strings. Great practice in just kind of getting familiar with where that 5th fret is, because especially when you use your pointer finger, it'll line you up. And it also lines you up with these other notes. So A minor, G, F, C. There's like so much going on sonically. Just by really these small movements. So again, I think that's like a really, really valuable exercise. But I wouldn't want to leave you without doing the always forgotten chord in this key, B minor 7 flat 5, the 7 chord. So 2A, 3D, 2G, 3B. A great way to look at this would be one of my favorite chord voicing is right here, getting the 7th fret on the low E string. There's your B right there. And then the 7th fret on the D and G string with your ring finger and your pinky. And And then pointer finger is grabbing that F right there. Another cool way to kind of achieve this chord, I got that harmonic when I did it that way, but you could just kind of get that open B instead of here, or this guy right here to add it to that shape that we were just doing here. So it's 7D, 7G, 6B, 7E. Well, there you go. Got a little too excited. I was cramming that string off the fretboard. Okay, so as you can see, just like this one position is really incredible for all the cool stuff that you can do. So again, those are your 7 main chords: C, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B half diminished, C, or C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G, 7, A minor, B half diminished, C. So if you can do that and just kind of switch back and forth in between them, and then just start adding just cool little, you know, either just licks, hammer-ons, double stops, all of this stuff, I think you're going to be in great position to improve really quickly. And then if you want to, I can do this in other keys, just let me know. But definitely get your music out there with DistroKid. Take advantage of that free master track just to kind of see how it sounds. I think you'll think that it makes a big difference. And like I said, thanks to DistroKid for sponsoring the video. Check out the Patreon for more. And if you have any questions or comments, just leave it in the comment section, Instagram, the website. I'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks a lot.